Okay, today we're going into town, going into Williams and Flagstaff to run some errands, and we're going to take you along with us. And we're going to take the dogs too. So here's the pups. Come on, guys, you want to go for a ride? Come on. It's fun. You want to go for a ride? Want to go for a ride? Come on. Come on. Come on, let's get in the car. Get in the car, little man. Good boy. Don't worry, dude. I'll help you. Come here. There you go. There you go. Good girl. Get inside. Good dogs. You guys excited to go for a ride? Excited to go for a ride? Huh? You excited, bud? Nope, don't lick the camera.
Good morning. We're at it again. Off to Flagstaff.
Yep. Okay, we're back at the Williams transfer station to throw away a bag of trash. By the way, it's $2 a bag, if we didn't say that before. And little homie, he got himself all worked up. He doesn't like trash cans.
He doesn't like trash cans. Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day. Seems like we've done this once before. One bag of trash going in.
What's interesting is that it's Saturday and there's no one here. I was gonna say, it's weird that it's Saturday and there's nobody here. I mean, where we're from in Oregon, you go to the dump on Saturday, it's packed. Like, you bring a lunch because you're gonna be sitting in line that long waiting to get into the dump. Like, you never go to the dump on Saturday.
The dump in Oregon, at least in the Portland area, is a giant transfer station about 50 times bigger than this. And on average, when I would go on a Saturday, I would wait in line, I kid you not, for 1 hour and sometimes as much as 3 hours. It's amazing how much stuff people have to get rid of and how much trash people accumulate.
Yeah, and we're the only ones here right now on Saturday morning. That's crazy to me. It's awesome for us. We don't even have to wait.
Okay, now we're heading to Flagstaff and we're going to our favorite restaurant, The Place.
AKA Mike and Rhonda's. It used to be called Mike and Rhonda's.
And just like that, we're going 80 miles an hour.
Which the speed limit on this highway is 75, so it's not too crazy to be going 80.
No, it's not too crazy to be going 80 miles an hour.
It's a beautiful day.
Back in the day, years ago, when we lived in Flagstaff, which was about 27 years ago, Sue worked for the Highway Patrol as a dispatcher. And
it's a great place to work. Got nothing but love and respect for the Arizona Department of Public Safety.
which is basically the Arizona State Police.
Yeah, Highway Patrol. Good operation.
Yep. So she used to tell me all the ins and outs of when the police would, when the different shifts would start. She would let me know which mileposts they would hide and things like that. And so I was able to just slightly break the speed limit now and again and never get caught.
One time when I was working the district that's the Flagstaff area, an officer comes on and wants to run a license check and starts spelling out the name, and it was Ed's mom, my mother-in-law, had gotten pulled over. So of course I can't say anything to the officer that has her pulled over, but it was kind of funny. I think she got a ticket too. She was kind of pissed, but
And also, Sue taught me a trick, and it's actually gotten me out of at least 4 tickets since she worked at the Highway Patrol. And it's as simple as this. Cops are normal people. All they hear all day long are excuses. When you get pulled over, don't give any excuse. When they say, "Did you know you were speeding?" Just say, yes, I did. If they ask you why, just say, "I have no reason."
Yep.
And then just continue with yes sir, no sir.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, honesty will get you out of a ticket. If you start giving a bunch of excuses, think about it. After the first 2 or 3 words, all the cop hears is blah, 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 because they've heard it before a million times. And from their point of view, there is no excuse. So be honest.
There was that time when I was much younger, so I didn't have the best judgment, but we used to have this really cool Mustang. And I was driving in California, and I had the cruise control set at 100, and I got pulled over by the California Highway Patrol, and he came to the window and he said, "Do you know how fast you're going?" I said, "Yep, I had the cruise control set at 100, and he just laughed. And then, proceeded on with what he needed to do for the stop, and then he only wrote me a ticket for going 70. So, honesty is the best policy.
Yep. And here's another one. One time I got pulled over just outside of Vancouver, Washington, on my motorcycle, which was a crotch rocket, a 1000cc GSXR 1000. And when I looked up and saw the cop pointing the radar gun at me, I was racing a Mustang. And I looked down at my speedometer and it still said 127.
Oh, man.
And
sorry, Mom.
He saw me coming and he pulled out and immediately tried to block both lanes because he thought I was going to run, and I didn't. I immediately pulled over, and he told me he got me on the radar going 103 on a motorcycle. And the first thing he told me is, "Do you have any idea how fast you were going?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Why were you going so fast on my road?" I said, "I'm sorry, sir. I got enticed into racing a car and I exhibited poor judgment."
Nice.
And he said, "Do you have any idea how fast you were going?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "I clocked you at 103. I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Do you have any idea how dangerous these things are?" I said, "Yes, sir. That's why I'm wearing a full leather suit with boots, and I have trained myself to ride this thing out on a racetrack." He told me, I can arrest you and take you to jail right now for reckless driving." I said, "Yes, sir." He comes back 5 minutes later, gives me a ticket and says, "I'm not going to take you to jail today because you were honest with me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give you a ticket that is called delayed findings." He says, "Look it up when you get home." So when I got home, I looked it up, and basically it was a $150 ticket as long as I did not get a ticket in the next 12 months in the state of Washington. So I proceeded to not ride my motorcycle ever again in Washington. And it was a ticket that only cost me $120 or $150. I should have gone to jail. My bike should have been impounded. That should have cost me $5,000 in court fees.
Yeah, well, it cost you a lot when you got home, because when I heard what you did, I was not happy. I was not as lenient as the cop was. And my mom's probably going to be horrified when she watches this and hears these stories of us driving 100 miles an hour. Sorry, Mom, it was a long time ago. We don't drive like that anymore.
Yep. So the moral of the story here is, be honest when you're dealing with the police. They don't want to hear a bunch of crap. Okay, that's it. We'll talk to you more when we get close to Flagstaff.
Okay, so we just had a fun thing happen, and we should have filmed it. We're reviewing and what just happened, and we realized we totally should have filmed it, but we're new at this, and it threw us off a little bit. But as we were heading into the restaurant to eat breakfast, a nice couple approached us because they recognized us from YouTube. So next time that happens, we'll film it, or we'll try to remember to. But like I said, it threw us off a little bit. Definitely was humbling, and nice couple from Casa Grande. Or how do you say it? Casa Grande?
Casa Grande.
Casa Grande. I believe, forgive me if I don't remember your names, I believe it was Gary and Elma and their dog Bentley, but they said they follow all of our friends' channels and have been watching us. And So that was a neat experience.
Okay, Sue is driving now because apparently I have been driving like a Todd.
No, okay, let me explain the whole Todd thing. So I'm sure y'all have heard about the whole Karen thing, you know. Karen's the person always pointing out people's wrongdoing. So I decided that the male version of Karen is named Todd, and I've been calling Ed Todd all day.
And then apparently as soon as she started driving, I have been micromanaged backseat driving, so.
Be still, Todd.
I've been ordered to sit in this passenger seat and
Be a good
shut
boy.
the blank up.
Be a good boy or you don't get any more cigars. Started raining on the drive back and one of the windshield wipers is messed up, so Ed's trying to fix it. The temperature dropped like 15 degrees when it started raining. It was 80 and now it says 65. That's so crazy. Alright, looks like we're back on the road.
Now we're on our drive back. I forgot to film the cigar shop, but I got some really deluxe cigars because my big order online hasn't come in yet, and I was looking at going 4 or 5 days without any, so while we were in Flagstaff I went ahead and bought some, and now we're heading back on Highway 180, and it's raining, and it's very green here. All the storms that we have been seeing to the east of our property have all been hitting in this area, and it looks like it's turned everything very green. I noticed that most of the Forest Service roads here look like they're quite muddy, so I think it's been getting rain here for days and days and days. Anyway, it's nice to have it rain a little bit. Cools the temperature down. As you can see, 75 degrees outside.
It was just 65 5 minutes ago.
It was just 65 degrees about 5 minutes ago. And when we were driving through Flagstaff, it was almost 88. So it's nice to see it cool down a little bit. I'm sure when we get back to the property, it's going to be hot. Usually this time of day it is. Hopefully we'll be getting some rain. It's really beautiful through here. 27 years ago, when we lived in Flagstaff, I used to work as a carpet cleaner, and we would come up to the Grand Canyon 3 nights a week. And back in the day, the trees came right up to the road. And it looks like they've cut the trees down about 20 to as much as 50 feet on each side of the road, which is nice. Now you can see a lot farther ahead. You can see traffic coming a lot sooner. It didn't used to be that way. Many times I've come through here in the early morning hours and had an elk jump out in front of us. And it's pretty scary. The elk tend to jump out where the trees are the closest to the road. It's nice to see them cut back like this. It's a beautiful area. The dogs have their own air conditioner on, and there they are, sound asleep. Bandit!
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies.
in the distance there's a really large storm. Probably far past the north end of the Grand Canyon. I bet you that's approaching Utah. It's probably 100 miles from here. It's amazing how far you can see on a clear day out here. All right, back home on the driveway. Here we go. Hopefully I left enough room to get in. Yep. Back home on the driveway.
92.
92 degrees.
92. Well, this trip, the temperature has spanned almost 30 degrees.
Right at the temp. 94. That's not bad, considering that every single window is closed. Here come the dogs. Come on, little Belle. Come on. Come on, homie. Let's go. Come on, homie. Let's go. Let's go, bud. Good boy.